talking to managers, a manager that's won a trophy this season, but yet still it's starting to look like he's going to get the boot. Ange Postecoglou of Tottenham.
Are people surprised?
First title in 17 years. First cup. All the Tottenham fans very happy.
Yeah.
But yet still they looking like they might fire him.
Season 3 is better than Season 2. Season 3 got cancelled. That's what they're saying.
Didn't get recommissioned. Also, The Godfather 3 is definitely the worst out of all the Godfathers as well. Don't even watch the third one. Watch the first.
Is it unfair to sack him after, he's brought them a lot of joy after a terrible season?
He stood on his word and he won them a trophy.
In the second season.
The thing that they don't want to do is almost do the sentimental route and go, right, because you won us that trophy, we're going to start with you. But then after 5 games, they could be even further back than they were at this point now in terms
Did have a lot of injuries last year,
Yeah,
though.
of course. But when they came back, what happened? They were still 16th, 17th. So I think actually it's probably the right thing to say. The optics aren't great because you just won a trophy. You should want to build on that. But I think deep down, I think both parties know that league-wise, obviously they need to be in top 5 to be getting to pay for that stadium. Yes, they're in the Champions League now, but next season, if they fall out of that early, I mean, if he does stay, it could all be over for him in 10 games.
Yeah.
So you might as well cut the tie now whilst you've still got a full pre-season ahead. He leaves on a high, leaves on with the trophy.
Well, not if he gets
good
sacked.
memory.
He wants to stay, don't he? He's talking about
but
I think
Season 3.
sometimes you got to save them before they ruin themselves. And he's not thinking clearly, I'll be honest, because you can't finish 17th. I don't care what you're fighting for in other competitions. You cannot finish 17th at Tottenham. I've never seen Tottenham finish that low in the table, even when they were just a mid-table team and
maybe 12th or something.
12th, at worst. But 17th is horrendous.
Also, when he says Season 3 is going to be better than Season 2, well, if it's any worse, you're getting relegated. You're one place away from getting relegated, so it must be better.
Of course,
it cannot
that's
get
a pretty
worse.
easy thing to say when you finish 17th. Do you know what I mean? The 3 worst teams are just coming up from the Championship.
I actually think that was a bit of a clever move when he said that, because he's got everyone jumping and cheering. Season 3 is better than Season 2. I think that was almost a little shot actually to the board to say like, give me the chance, but I don't think they will. It probably is right, but Thomas Frank, if he's got anything about him, you don't go to Tottenham from Brentford.
That's
you don't do that.
Looks like they
do not do that.
Are you sure? Because I think Tottenham have actually got
Inzaghi's another one they're looking at.
That's someone who shouldn't be going to Tottenham. Inzaghi.
Conte
but
all
Thomas
over again.
Frank, he's good at working with small budgets. He's good at getting goals. I mean, look what he's done with Mbeumo, Wissa. He's good at maximising out of minimal. And I think Tottenham, when you look at the talent in that team, there's actually talent there. Like when you look at maybe Odegaard, you've got Maddison if he gets back fit, Kulusevski, you've got Van der Ven, you've got Udogie, Pedro Porro. There's good players there. And they've got young players as well. So it's not even like it's Man United where maybe you've got like a lot of different players from different eras and squads and mismatches. You've actually got a good nucleus of young players.
But in the Champions League, can he do it for
it's a
them?
step, but does he not deserve to step up? I think he does. No,
Yeah.
maybe.
But is it a step up?
It is a step up in terms of you're playing now Champions League level football. You have, in my opinion, that talent. The talent in the Tottenham team should still be higher than the talent in the Brentford team. The budget will definitely be higher. The pool and the should be better. You should be able to attract more higher quality players. I think it actually does make sense for him. I'll be honest.
All right,
Because
it's
Brentford,
looking
what
like-
more can you do?
I want them to keep Ange, you know what I mean? I think the reality's hitting, right? Like, this is what we've been saying for a little while, right? It's great. You won that trophy and all that, but the reality of football is the Premier League. Your bread and butter, week in, week out. He lost 22 games. 2 of those games to the teams below him. He lost at home to Ipswich and at home to Leicester, right? And I think they're sitting down and they're saying, all right, as I said, without it being bad mind and that, you look at that run in the Champions League, in the Europa League, they're supposed to win all those games against all those teams. But when they're looking at the league, they're like, is he going to improve it for next season? I personally don't think they won't be as bad because injuries definitely played a part. But it's going to be hard for them next season because they've got Champions League football now. You can't just go
That's why
you ain't got Europa League where you can
Thomas Frank deal with that?
play kids and stuff like that.
Champions
They
League
can't.
football.
They can't
that's
attract
actually
much
the other-
more than Thomas Frank as well.
I guess that's the other thing with Thomas Frank is that he's not
No.
had European football
But
before.
they can only attract so much as well because of the position that they finished in the Premier League. They're not going to bring in an elite level top manager. And also, we saw what happened when they got the Mourinhos and the Conte. So they still need to get someone that can fit in with their kind of way of dealing, club dealings in terms of purchases and getting younger players, developing them, kicking them on. There's no point bringing in a serial winner or an Inzaghi who's used to dealing with experienced, backbone of a team at Inter, going for titles, for him to be frustrated at Tottenham. So I think Thomas Frank is like a good medium. Someone that's been in the Premier League.
Bridges the gap a bit.
Yeah, he's proven himself in the Prem. He's shown that he can be consistent and hold a club to a good level. You can't ask any more of that Brentford team than he's already done. Yeah. I think it makes sense. He's tactically flexible as well. He's shown it.